One thing that we know from measuring precipitation around the world is that it's extremely variable in time. And because it's sometimes raining, sometimes not, we see that precipitation events tend to be organized into discrete events. And most hydrologists tend to call these events storms. So if we were to try to quantify this or put it on a graph, we would do so with a plot called a hyetograph. Hyeto is from the Greek for rain. And a hyetograph is plotting precipitation through time. Let's consider, for example, a typical annual hyetograph for Vancouver. And on this axis, we will have millimeters per month, going from 0 up to 200. And here we'll have the months of the year, so January to December. And we know that it's fairly seasonal, so it's very rainy in the winter. It's pretty dry in the summer. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then again, it's rainy in the winter. This is over an annual time scale. We can also look, however, at much shorter time scales. So imagine that we had a plot where we were really looking over a single day. And here, our axis would be something more like millimeters per hour. And we might see a bunch of rain come in here. And then another event here. This event's lasting maybe a few hours. This whole event right here would be one storm event. One thing that we know is that if we look at the intensity of rainfall for a particular duration in time, whether that intensity is expressed in millimeters per hour and we're measuring it over a few hours, or millimeters per month over an entire year, a relationship tends to emerge. And that relationship is the following. Here we'll plot rainfall intensity over some sort of averaging window. And we'll consider the averaging window here on some sort of, we'll plot both of these on some sort of log scale. So 1, 10, 100, 1,000. And here we'll plot duration in days. Some kind of semi-logarithmic scale. Now, what do you think the relationship would look like at any particular place in time? Should this be a positive curve or an increasing trend or a decreasing trend? Does rainfall intensity become higher or lower if we average it over a longer duration? Well, it becomes lower, so something like this. So here, we're looking at extremely high intensities, but they're only lasting for very short periods of time, maybe less than an hour. So these are some sort of short bursts. Whereas here, we've got longer, maybe seasonal patterns of rainfall. And of course, this curve may be shifted up and down for any particular location in the world if it's rainier or drier. But in general, this decreasing trend is something that you should be aware of, that there's an inverse relationship between the intensity of rainfall and the duration over which we're measuring that rainfall.